Are you the one who starts the best conversations on Facebook, WhatsApp, or in the group chat? If so, this is the podcast for you. Hi, I'm Eva.
And I'm Don. And welcome to Chat and Bother. This is a 15-minute podcast where we start conversations and you and your circle finish them.
If you want to know the backstory of how this podcast got its name, you can listen to our really quick podcast intro.
Each episode is based on a question that people are asking each other online and in real life.
Maybe it's a question that you and your friends have asked each other, or a topic you're talking about.
If it isn't, maybe it should be. So go ahead and share this episode with a friend or family member so they can listen to it and you can talk about it together. Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I noticed this morning you got up and made breakfast for your 16-year-old girl and ain't make breakfast for everybody else.
Okay, first of all, it was 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. So it's not like you people were awake. So let's not act like...
I heard y'all stirring. I just need to make sure that, nobody was, in the house.
First of all, okay. So yes, I did. And I am not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Because that's the only way I could get her to get up and get moving this morning. And what I noticed, since we're noticing things, is that we talked about my dad and his personal breakfast. And you were like, ooh, he makes a personal breakfast. He got sneaky breakfast. Okay, somebody, when I got home, had made their own personal breakfast.
Look, nobody else in the house eats cream of wheat.
Yeah, you ate that and that. Yep, you can keep that. Don't nobody want that.
So I bought it. So somebody got to eat it.
How long have we had that now? Is it like...
Cream of wheat don't expire.
I'm going to check the box.
No, they don't check the box. It's fine. Look, sometimes you need to actually give yourself a treat,
Cream of wheat is not a treat.
Look, the way I make it is a treat.
It's gross.
You put a little sugar in it, get a little cardamom, some nutmeg, and
that's a lot of work.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot. A lot goes into it, but so tell me this.
At least it wasn't Pop-Tarts.
See, I wasn't gonna go there, but since we're going there, let's go all the way in.
All right.
Pop-Tarts, that was a different kind of treat, at least for me. So when you grew up, what was something that you got that felt like it was a treat that kind of made you feel a little rich?
That I got?
Yeah. Or so maybe what...
Wanted?
Yeah, what did you want? Ooh. That you saw other people have and you were like, man, Pop-Tarts for me, I felt like we were on top of the world.
So I shouldn't have talked about your Pop-Tarts. I'm sorry. You was trying to treat your kids. You was trying to make them feel rich. I will take that back, but please do not bring any Pop-Tarts.
All right, I'm going back to go get some Pop-Tarts right now.
Nope. No, thank you. What made me feel okay, so whenever we went on vacation, because we couldn't have name brand cereal at home. So name brand cereal made me feel fancy. So when we went on vacation, we were able to each one of us could get a name brand cereal. And that was our first stop. Whenever we got to a place, we'd go to the grocery store and get a name brand cereal. My brother always got Apple Jacks and I got Fruit Loops.
They're basically the same thing.
They're not the same. See, that's why I don't share.
I'm sorry.
That's why I don't share. You gonna ask me questions and jump in. I mean, I know I do it too, but you're gonna let me have this moment.
It's sugar circles.
Hey.
Because it's a generic version of both of them. It's the same thing.
No, the generic does not taste the same. It does not smell the same. It comes in a bag. That was the first thing.
You're hitting the budget right if you get your cereal in a bag.
No, you're not, because now you have to buy a container to put the cereal in. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, if you're not going to buy a container to put the cereal in, ask me how I know. It gets awfully chewy. And the third thing is, we didn't get sugar cereal. Now, listen, if we got cereal that had sugar in it, King Vitamin. Here's the kicker.
Wait.
That's not.
Wait,
nope. No. I'm not. I'm gonna need you to let me finish my.
All right, I'm sorry.
See, you would be a terrible therapist. I know that. I did not know until I was an adult that it was vitamin on that thing, because my parents, if you know me, they're not from here, and they said Vitaman. So I looked at this box with the shut up. With this king on the front, and said he was the Vita Man, right? So if I had known that it was King Vitamin, like vitamins and minerals, like I would have been so very angry.
So if they had said King Mineral, you wouldn't have
No. I thought he was like some sort of royal superhero. Y'all just let me have this. So yeah, name brand cereal that did not come in a bag made me feel special and privileged. So what about you? So we know Pop-Tarts was a thing. So is there anything else?
Yeah, I mean, it's always sugary stuff. Like the other thing we get is, and you can get this from the little machines, you get it from the little convenience stores, or cinnamon buns or the honey buns. I didn't like the ones with the gelatinous frosting, but
that's all of them.
Well,
because
some
they
of them
sweat in that machine. I don't want to see. I just said something about you ruining my thing, and I want to ruin yours so bad.
But the thing was, like, anytime you saw somebody else eating one of those, you wanted one. Like, as soon as you started, like, you got about maybe halfway in, and then you're like, man, I regret this almost now. Like,
yeah, I can't relate. I'm not eating cake in a package. I can't. Yeah, I can't eat cake in plastic.
So the other thing was tasty cakes. So there was a little pot.
Also cake in plastic.
Right. But there's, like, I think that's the East Coast things. It's like a pie in a small rectangular box. There was a blueberry one that anytime I got a chance, I would get it. I couldn't get them in DC. I don't even know if they still sell them anymore.
I don't know. I had never heard of that. I don't know what that is. Oh, you know what else made me feel special? Well, you know what? I'm not going to say, because a lot of the things I didn't get. Okay, let me preface this by my parents grew up at a level of poverty that I don't think a lot of people in the United States understand. I mean, poverty for a Black person in the 50s in Trinidad and Tobago is, even I don't understand it. Once they got to America, went to school, and were able to do certain things, there's still something in them that did not allow them to just say, here, have everything you want. We're going to do everything. Some stuff was so strange. It was like for food and certain things, it'd be like, this has to be the cheapest thing that we can possibly get. And then these weird kind of over the top things. So like cars, cheap. Food, cheap. But at one point, my mother got a horse.
Wait.
So my cereal comes in a bag, and...
But y'all got Mr. Ed.
There's a horse in the backyard.
Did y'all have a stable?
No, and that's what makes it hilarious, because in America, you don't just have a horse.
Like, I mean, you gotta have room for it.
You got to have a horse. You got to have like a stable. You got to have like.
Y'all have hay hanging out in your backyard?
No. So it was a very brief period of time. It was a very brief moment.
Did you ride the horse?
I didn't, because it wasn't my horse. It wasn't for me. So it was like.
Was it like a great big old thoroughbred, or like how?
No, it was just a horse. I don't know what they call it. I think it starts with an A. I don't know. I wasn't into horses, so I don't know. But it was a very short period of time. And when I say short, like, I don't feel like that horse was there for more than like a couple of weeks.
Okay,
like,
let me ask this. Was it because did you buy a bad horse, like the little pink fish that we bought for baby
No, it
girl?
wasn't a dying horse. It wasn't like it wasn't dying. I don't know why we had it. I really need to call her and ask her what was behind that horse business, because I know I looked up and there was a horse in our backyard and I'm like, what is this? I don't even know if it was there overnight or if they brought it every now and then. Like we did not own this horse. I don't know why it was there. Now I have to ask.
Okay, was it like a horse trailer? Like, how did
we didn't have a horse trailer, so that's why I'm like, I don't know how we transported this thing. But I looked up and we had a riding ring, like a horse ring in our backyard, and a horse was in it.
Wait.
I'm going to ask her. The things, we could not get books from the Scholastic Book Fair. I wanted those very badly. Did you get those?
I didn't read a lot, so they would try to.
So she wanted you to have them.
Yeah, so she would go through the magazine and be like, don't you want something from here? Like, my sister would kill it. Like, she would try to buy everything in there. She looked at me like, hey, do you want something to read?
Yeah, I wasn't able to get things from the book fair. I wanted those very badly. And then what else? Oh, a Trapper Keeper. I thought only rich kids had Trapper Keepers. Those of you who have parents who have their own business, your school supplies are their office supplies. So my folders did not have like cute unicorns, and my folders were what they call manila folders. You know those things that go in file cabinets? Those were my folders. And my binders, you're not sorry because you're smiling.
Okay.
You had folders with stuff on them, didn't you?
Okay, so
No.
let's
No.
let's change topics because
I'm not going to. Did you have a trap? Did you have a trapper keeper?
I may or may not have had a trapper keeper.
You had a trapper keeper and you just don't want to tell me.
I did.
Wow.
I had one, I think maybe third or fourth grade.
Wow. Wow. Oh, as a wow.
I had good grades then.
Look, I had good grades and I didn't get a trapper keeper. I wanted the one that had like the periodic table in the back and it had the ruler in it. And I did not have a trapper keeper because my mom was like, it just keeps papers. So take one of these binders from the office. You know, those office binders come in blue, red, black, and white. Yeah,
I had one, but I think I broke the spine on it. We were wrestling on the bus. And
you broke a trapper keeper?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like indestructible or something, but I destructed it. I was a little bit rough on things, so my mom probably tried to keep things that...
So the trapper keeper for her was to make sure it lasted.
It made it the whole year, yeah.
And they advertised that these things were, you could drive a bus over it or whatever. Yeah, my mom was like, break it if you want to and see how it go.
And I kept that broken trapper keeper the rest of the year. So she splurged on it.
Ooh, you know what? Another one? Ziploc bags. Don't even do it. Okay, again, when you have parents that grew up without things, it's a mindset that you can't really explain. So we had fold over sandwich bats or plastic wrap because why buy two plastic things when both of them will keep your sandwich in it?
Or aluminum foil. Your sandwich could go to school in aluminum foil.
Yeah, whatever we had that could be wrapped in it, but she was not buying a bag that zipped like for what? That there's no reason to keep your sandwich fresh. Like that's what the commercial said. Keeps your food fresher. You're like, you don't need fresh.
I mean, if your sandwich got a little crust on it when it comes to lunchtime, it's okay.
Did you have Crayola crayons?
No.
Okay, so we're both here.
Wait.
Oh, geez.
Wait.
Hold on. If you had that box with the sharpener, I'm going to rethink our whole relationship.
It wasn't the sharpener.
All right.
We had the Crayola 64, though, but it was shared between me and my sister.
Wow. That's fine.
And it was like a Christmas gift. Like, we looked at it like, wait, this is Christmas? No, I'm not going to lie. Our Christmases were crazy.
Man, I saw your pictures from Christmas. I'm like,
I'm like, man, my parents had to go broke. Like looking as a parent now, like looking back, our Christmases were lavish.
I was looking at those things like, who was all that stuff for?
But yeah, that Crayola 64 was one of those stocking stuffer kind of things that was there. Was like, wait,
that's a stocking stuffer?
Okay, maybe it wasn't
a stock. Wow.
I mean, but you know, it had the rows. You know what I'm saying? Like you open up the box and the box opens up like an Apple product opens up, and now you know you got like 3-4 rows of crayons, and like how many different ways is aquamarine and
so you had blue, green, and green blue?
Yes.
Wow.
It was like 5 different shades of green blue.
So hold on. So you had a box that had that burnt sienna in it?
Probably. I don't know I didn't use those colors. I always use drawing pictures with water and stuff. So.
I wanted burnt sienna so bad because it was my color. Because it was the same color as me. And I got that 8-pack of Rose Art or Pang or Prang. It was Prang.
Wait a minute.
Them Prang crayons. My crayons were Prang. There was no burnt sienna in there.
I think we do need to get the therapist in.
Yeah, probably. Probably. All right. We might have to revisit this after I go to therapy. Anyway, guys, you got to go to work. And so do I. So it's wonderful talking to you again. And thank you for joining us on Chat and Bother. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for Chat and Bother. Go ahead and like our Facebook page and share this episode with people that you want to chat with or just feel like bothering, or both. Visit our website, chatandbother.com, for our episode guide and other ways to connect with us. Take care.